Darkness has always been a quiet part of our world, a silent presence that surrounds us every night. But most people never question why the dark feels different, why it feels heavier, colder, more alive, why the moment the lights go out, something changes in the room, something in the air, something inside you. For thousands of years, human beings have feared the dark. That fear isn't just superstition. It isn't something you imagine as a child and forget as an adult. It is woven into you, into your biology, into every instinct you carry. Long before cities, electricity, or locked doors, humans lived under a sky with no light. And the night was dangerous. Anything could be hiding only a few feet away. And because of that, the human brain evolved one powerful habit: to never fully trust the dark. Even today, your mind watches the darkness the same way your ancestors did. It listens. It waits. It imagines shapes moving where your eyes cannot see. And sometimes, it senses something real. Most people have experienced it. That feeling late at night that someone is in the room with you. The freezing breath. The sudden alertness. The slow turning of your head. Even when you know you won't see anything. But you still look. Because your instincts are stronger than your logic. Scientists call this hypervigilance. But many people believe something else. That your brain reacts because something is truly there. All around the world, different people describe the same experience. A dark figure standing in the corner of the room. A shadow that does not move, or a shadow that moves when it shouldn't. A tall silhouette watching silently. A presence that you can't explain, but you can feel deep in your chest. The strange part is not the experience. The strange part is that it happens the same way in different countries, different cultures, different lives, different ages. People who have never met each other describe the same shape, the same darkness, the same stare. Psychologists try to explain it as a hallucination, a trick of the mind caused by low light, stress, or sleep disorders. But this explanation falls apart when you hear the details, because hallucinations are usually random. But these shadows are not. They are consistent. They are precise. They are detailed in ways the human brain cannot invent on its own. Your brain cannot create a perfect human silhouette out of nothing. It cannot invent a shape with shoulders, a head, a height, a posture, unless it has seen it before. So when someone says, "I saw something watching me," the terrifying truth is this: they didn't create that figure. They recognized it. There is a lesser-known psychological concept called subvisual memory. It means your brain notices things that your eyes do not fully register. A glimpse of movement, a shape behind you, a figure passing by in the corner of your vision. You don't consciously see it, but your brain remembers it. And later, when the room is dark and quiet, your mind brings that shape back. Not as imagination, but as a memory. This is why so many people feel watched in the dark. This is why they turn toward the corner of the room without knowing why. Their brain is reacting to something it saw, even if they didn't. Some scientists believe the darkness itself affects the brain. Not because darkness is scary, but because darkness removes information. Your mind hates empty spaces. When you can't see what's there, it fills the void with warning signals. It makes you feel cold. It makes you hear things. It makes you sense movement. It makes you feel as if the darkness is not truly empty. But sometimes, the darkness gives more than fear. It gives shape. It gives presence. It gives footsteps. It gives breath. Many people describe the same sensations when alone in the dark. A cold touch on the arm. A whisper that seems too close. A shift in the air like someone moved. A shadow crossing the wall even though nothing is there. A heavy feeling near the door, as if someone is standing behind it. These experiences are reported by people who are mentally healthy, well-rested, and not under stress. They don't just imagine these things. They feel them. They sense them. They remember them. One of the most unsettling accounts comes from a man named Daniel, who lived alone in Indiana. Every night, at almost the exact same time, 2:47 a.m., he would wake up, gasping, with the overwhelming sensation that someone was staring at him from the foot of his bed. He tried to ignore it, but the feeling got stronger. His dog refused to enter certain rooms. Keys moved from where he left them. Doors opened on their own at night. Then, one night, it happened. He walked toward the basement to get a flashlight when he saw it. A tall, motionless silhouette standing in the hallway. Not moving. Not breathing. Just watching. He said the shadow was darker than the darkness around it, as if it absorbed every bit of light. When he turned on the lights, it vanished instantly, leaving the air cold and heavy. Daniel moved out shortly after and refuses to talk about that night again. Stories like his are not rare. In fact, they are becoming more common. But science cannot explain everything. And history suggests that humans have always sensed things that exist outside the visible world. Ancient civilizations had names for these watchers in the dark. They believed shadows were not just the absence of light, but the presence of something unseen, something waiting, something aware. Modern researchers have begun studying why people wake up suddenly at night, heart racing, eyes wide open, certain that something was near them. They discovered that the brain has a system called the threat response network. It activates only when your brain detects something dangerous. A sound, a movement, a presence, even if you don't consciously notice it. So when you wake up at night feeling watched, your brain is not guessing. It is reacting, because something triggered it. The hours between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. are the most active for these experiences. This is when your body is at its weakest. Your mind is most open. Your surroundings are at their quietest. And the darkness feels deepest. Some believe the reason is simple. The world is quieter. You can hear everything. You can feel everything. You can sense more than you do during the day. Others believe something else. That the darkness is never empty. That something lives in the corners of abandoned rooms. In the hallways you don't walk down at night. In the spaces behind doors left slightly open. In the shadows under the bed. In the silence of the basement. In the places light does not reach. Whatever it is, it watches. Not because it wants to harm you, but because darkness has always watched humans. Since the beginning. Before we understood fear. Before we understood light. And the most unsettling truth is this. Your instincts do not lie. If your stomach tightens, if your heartbeat changes, if you feel compelled to turn around, if the air becomes heavier for no reason, if the room feels wrong the moment lights go out, your mind is alerting you. Your senses are detecting something. Your body knows when it is not alone. The darkness we fear is not just emptiness. It is everything we cannot see, everything we cannot understand, everything that watches us in silence. So tonight, when the lights turn off, when the house becomes quiet, when the shadows settle across the walls, remember this: you fear the darkness for a reason, and sometimes the darkness fears you back.